It's you. It's always going to be you, Avery and you.
Oh my God. Is that a line from a romance novel? I think I'm going to be sick. Did Fabio write this?
It's from Mind to Promise. And for your information, Fabio is a model, not an author. Though I wouldn't put it past him to ghost write a bodice, ripper or two.
Bodice ripper. Is that what the kids are calling it these days? Sounds painful, like a bad bra.
We're supposed to be discussing the book.
Right. The book. The one with the secret baby and the, what was it, a cinnamon roll boyfriend. Is that a euphemism?
Mind to Promise by Natasha Madison is a contemporary romance novel exploring the complexities of unexpected parenthood, second chances, and the challenges of navigating newfound family dynamics.
Challenges? You mean like when you're rich, hot, one night stand baby daddy shows up 5 years later at a wedding you're planning, with his girlfriend on his arm? That kind of challenge? Because that sounds less like a challenge and more like a plot point ripped straight from a daytime soap opera.
Well, yes, that is the central conflict. But the author...
The author? I bet Natasha Madison is sitting on a yacht somewhere, sipping champagne, laughing at all the single mothers she's giving unrealistic expectations to. Oh, just have a one-night stand with a billionaire, ladies. He'll totally show up years later and be a perfect dad.
I highly doubt that's her intention. It's a work of fiction.
Fiction. My Aunt Carol's dating life is more believable than this, and she once dated a guy who claimed he was a retired astronaut who now trained dolphins for the Navy.
Let's discuss the characters. Addison, the protagonist, is a single mother who
got knocked up by a stranger. Let's not gloss over that. She had a nameless one-night stand. Nameless. I have names for all my house plants, and she couldn't even get a first name.
She was young, and she's built a successful career as a wedding planner.
Oh, the irony. Planning other people's happily ever afters while hers is, well, this mess. I bet she charges extra for secret baby daddy reveal packages.
And then there's Stefano, the cinnamon roll boyfriend.
He's a workaholic, cutthroat businessman who suddenly turns into Superdad the second he sees his mini-me please. My neighbor Bob can't even remember to take out the trash, and he sees the bins every week. This guy is supposedly running a multi-million-dollar company, and he has time to be a perfect father.
He makes time. He prioritizes his daughter.
With money. He throws money at every problem. Oh, you need a new house? Here's a mansion. You need a nanny. Here's a fleet of them. You need therapy after this whole ordeal. Here's a blank check. It's like Oprah, but with more Italian guilt.
And then there's little Avery.
The poor kid. She's adorable, I'll give you that. But imagine growing up and finding out your parents' love story started with a drunken hookup and a 5-year paternity mystery. That's a therapy bill waiting to happen.
And Vivienne, Stefano's mother.
Oh, the glammy. She's basically Cruella de Vil, but instead of stealing puppies, she's showering them with diamonds. I bet she has a closet full of tiny tiaras and miniature fur coats.
She's eccentric, but she loves Avery.
She loves the idea of Avery. The perfect little granddaughter to parade around at fancy parties. I bet she's already planning Avery's debutante ball.
So, despite your colorful commentary, do you think this book has any redeeming qualities?
Redeeming qualities? Let's see. One reviewer said, I cried on the subway. So, it's got that going for it. Public transportation tears. That's a new genre, right?
Another reviewer called Stefano a prime cinnamon roll boyfriend.
Again with the cinnamon roll. Is this code for something? Should I be worried?
And someone gave it a 3.75 out of 5 stars.
175. What is that? A participation trophy. You either give it a 4 or a 3. There's no 75 in the real world, unless you're buying gas.
I read a review that said, and I quote, story more for high school kids and their very first love than adult people.
Ouch. Burn. But also, kind of accurate. I mean, it is a bit of a fairy tale. A very, very specific fairy tale that involves a lot of luck and a whole lot of money.
But it's also about family found family.
Found family. It's about a rich family swooping in and fixing everything with their checkbooks. It's like a modern-day Cinderella, but instead of a fairy godmother, you have a billionaire with daddy issues.
I received a listener, email, that said, Have you ever had a one-night stand that changed your life?
Well, I once had a one-night stand with a woman who claimed to be a psychic. She told me I was going to win the lottery. I didn't. So yes, it changed my life. I'm now very skeptical of psychics. And lottery tickets.
That's not quite the same thing.
Is it not? It involved disappointment and a questionable life choice. Sounds pretty similar to me.
So, final thoughts. A rating?
I give it 6 out of 10 awkward family dinners. You know, the kind where someone brings up politics and everyone starts yelling.
I'm going to give it 8 out of 13 secret love children. Because, let's be honest, that's the most intriguing part of this whole mess.
You're a dark horse. I like it.
Join us next week on Heartbook Radio when we discuss the billionaire's accidental bride and the 7 dwarves who run his hedge fund.
Wait, is that a real book? Because if it is, I'm calling in sick. I can only handle so much absurdity in one lifetime.
Reminding you to always get a name, and maybe a background check, and possibly a lawyer.